It's like
I had a question about a lawyer, and I was talking to Jackie about it, and I realized Kyle might know the answer. So here's the situation. I've committed a crime. I'm guilty of this crime, right? Okay. Let's all agree that I did this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do I tell
the hard drive?
Do I tell my attorney that I did it, or do I just? Are we gonna pretend that I didn't do this thing as we defend me?
I have no idea. I know in the movies, it seems like the good attorney is like doesn't care, like it doesn't matter to him, and doesn't even want to know.
Their job is to get you off.
Yeah,
and then make sure you don't go to jail.
Yeah,
so, like
I know my lawyer never even
to lay out your situation. You received drugs at a PO box that you gave out to fans to receive any sorts of things.
There's plausible deniability, sure, yeah.
So do you tell your attorneys like, fans send the darndest stuff? You know, one time I got a cat head.
No.
Or are you like,
because in discovery they're privy to everything, that all the evidence, so they're well aware that I'm guilty. But so you're
this is an open and shut case, not in your favor.
No, see that's the thing about the law though. Okay, you definitely did it. Now let's make sure they can't use any of that stuff that says you did. So like, and then we won. Like we won the state case via that. Like it was like, oh shit, you can't use any of that stuff. What are you doing arresting my client? And then they lost. And then they're like, I got some guys at the federal level who can take this on. And because of the guns, then the search warrant didn't matter and whatever nonsense didn't matter. And it was all.
Yeah, I was thinking about it in the context of Trump, right? So Trump has documents, and when they subpoenaed him and said, you have to give them back, he told them, I gave you everything I had. And then he's been interviewed subsequently where he's like, well, I still had my golf shirts mixed in with the documents. So I just didn't have enough time, 18 months, to separate my golf shirts from my classified documents. That's why I told the government that I gave him everything. He's guilty. I was wondering, when Trump works with his attorneys, does he maintain that he's innocent, that he's allowed to have this, or do they just push past all that and talk about how to get the best outcome for him?
Well, I mean,
it has to do with
in his case, there's a whole timeline. Like they know he's guilty of what he's done. It's again a question of arguing the point. It seems that their timelines are bad. The way they arrived at their evidence was faulty, or the president's powers supersede any and all barriers to him being an innocent man. That's going to be their take, right? So they know he did all the things that they say he did. Their point is, doesn't matter. That's not a crime.
Yeah, they'll just like it would be about framing, right? So like their attorneys would be like, okay, well, we don't want to present it this way because that makes you appear guilty. But if we frame it this way, as though it's meaningless and silly and every president does this, and it's, that's the angle we'll take. And like, I imagine it's much more like that. Where
public relations wise, for sure. But I don't know what it's going to be like legally, because I don't know what the next steps are for him.
I don't know, but I know what the next steps are for us. And that's sponsors.
Great.